Okay, so we have a rectangular park where the three sides have a total length of 400. So we consider the sides as A and B. I don't want to consider length and breadth as all. So I'll just consider A and B. So we'd have length of three sides. So I can consider that is why I don't take length and breadth in these kind of examples. So I'll simply consider A and B as the two sides. So I can now consider any one of the sides counted twice. Because effectively, whenever you're counting two sides, you can either count this two and this, and or that is these two and this. So it could be either way around. So I don't care about it as of now. So I'll just consider this as A and B. So A plus 2B is basically equal to 400, right? So 400 feet or something. Okay, so this is given. Let me just draw this equal to sign properly. Yeah. So A plus 2B is 400, and we're trying to maximize the area of the park. Now, area of the park will be A into B. So we are trying to maximize A into B. Now, if you are aware of AMGM, this becomes very, very easy because you don't even have to apply AMGM, the AMGM inequality, I mean. And all you have to do is just know that when sum is kept constant of two specific things, the product is maximized at the point of equality. So if you understand that, then this question becomes easy. But I'll take a minute to explain that as well for those who are unaware of it. It's a very easy idea. So just one thing you have to do always is get a parity of these two things. So I hope you can see that in the sum we have A and 2B, and here we have in the product A and B. You just have to get a parity. It has to be the same thing, exact same thing. So how to do that? Always you have to affect the product. So in this case, what we will do is we'll consider this as A because that is all as we have it, and this one as 2B. No issues, right? So all I have to do is maximize this in order to maximize half of this, right? Because as soon as I maximize this part, even this divided by 2 is maximized, right? So for example, what am I trying to say is, suppose A into 2B is something like 50, just random example. Then A into 2B by 2, that is A into B, is 25. But when A into 2B is 100, so in that case, A into 2B by 2 is 50. So as this increases, this also increases, isn't it? So that this should automatically come to you intuitively. So if I have to maximize A into B, I can maximize A into 2B as well. So that is what we are trying to maximize here. So let us focus on this part. Now what I'll do is, because the sum of this A and 2B, we can write this as A plus C and do the same thing, but I'm not going to overcomplicate this. So what I'll do is I'll just indicate A as some 200 plus K, and the 2B as the 2B, not the B, the 2B as 200 minus K. Now check this out. Whatever be the value of K, this will always be adding up to 400, right? So what I did is I took a equal increase and decrease from the average of the two numbers. If the sum is 400, then the average is 200, isn't it? So that is the basic idea of AMGM anyhow. So now, once you have this thing, so A into 2B is what? Basically, this is 200 plus K, and this is 200 minus K, right? Now we are multiplying these two. So effectively that is, oh, sorry, why should I add that? Anyhow, so this is something like 200 square minus K square, isn't it? So now 200 square minus K square, if you think about it, this K will be some real number, right? So if the real number, I mean, K is a real number, the K square can never be negative. So in order to maximize this, I have to put K equal to 0. So if I put K equal to 0, then what we have is A is equal to 200 and 2B is equal to 200. So effectively the B is 100. So the dimension of the rectangle should be 200 cross 100 to maximize the area of the park. So now once we know that, let us look at the question. So when the length, so we are looking for the length of the longer side. So the two sides are 200 and 100, and that too in feet we are looking for. So the answer is 200. in this case. So I hope this was understood. If you know this idea, you will figure it out very very quickly. Just try to get this parity. If you don't get this parity, you will mess it up. You'll consider 200, 200, and then you'll not understand what to do next, or you'll try to do it 133 or something. That will be very silly. So this is it for this question. I hope you understood this problem. Uh, Roughly, this will take around 1 to 1.5 minutes to solve this. It's a very easy problem. It should take roughly 1 minute to solve. But then again, depending on your comfortability, it would take a bit of. I'll actually put this as 1 to 2 minutes. So the reason I'm doing that is this is not something you have to mug up. If you understand this idea, then you can utilize this idea anywhere. So if you don't want to stress too much on algebra, and I mean, this is like sort of inequality problems are something which is very, very specific to algebra and these kind of questions. You don't get too many. So if you want to just know this basic idea and want to apply the structure somewhere, so you can derive it in every problem. It would not never take you more than 2 minutes. So you can leave it for the second scan and then solve questions like these as well. So I would put the range a little wider in this case. So I'll say roughly 1 to 2 minutes to solve this question, depending on your comfortability in this part. Even if you take 2 minutes in a problem like this, it should not be it should not be an issue when it comes to the entire time management of the section. So that's it for this problem. I hope this was understood. Thank you.